right, today I'm going to explain to you everything you ever wanted to know and more about satellite and rural internet in general, just so you have all of the knowledge so you can make the best decision for your application. Okay, so first of all, LTE is a tower-based internet, so we're just going to get that out of the way before we get into satellite stuff. LTE is tower-based, and it works pretty good as long as the towers don't get overloaded, and you can only have a technician tell you whether or not it will or will not work. Locally here, we have towers in some of the towns around here because we're pretty remote here in central Ontario. But some of the towers are also overloaded and the customers absolutely hate the service. So ask around, check on these companies before you sign any kind of a contract with them or anything like that. Don't get yourself into something that you're going to have to buy your way out of because the company's your companies may not do that. But I'm not going to mention the name of the companies around here, but yeah, they're kind of shady. And one of them is friggin' huge. Moving on to satellite internet. So we have geosynchronous satellites. Hopefully I don't bore you too much with this technical stuff. There are in North America 5 geosynchronous internet satellites. Viasat 1, Viasat 2, Jupiter 1, 2, 3. So we'll talk very quickly about the 5 of them. Okay, Viasat 1 had a 15-year shelf life, expected mission life, whatever they call it. It's over 14 years into service now, so it's probably getting near the end of its life. And then, let me see, check the notes. Jupiter 1 is 13 and a half years into its 15-year life. Jupiter 2 is going to be about 9 years into it. Viasat 2 is 8.5 years into it. They're all 15-year lives. I guess I should probably talk about this a little bit more specifically here. So there's 2 companies, Viasat and HughesNet. HughesNet is also EchoStar, and they nicknamed their satellites Jupiter. Viasat at least keeps it simple with Viasat 1 and Viasat 2. If you're in the US, those are your 2 satellite companies. If you're in Canada, it's Explore, who uses the same satellites. Just buy space off of them. So as of right now, all 5 of those satellites are active. Viasat 1, Jupiter 2. I'm not sure exactly what the speed capabilities are, but it's not super high. I think with the 1, it's 25 megs of download and 1 meg of upload speed. With Jupiter 1, I think it's the same thing. I think it's 25 down, 1 up. With Jupiter 2, it might be able to do 50 down, 1 up, or 2 up, sorry. And Viasat 2, I know could do 50 down and 2 up for sure. Now, if you're in Canada, they just cut this satellite off. They're going to try to convince you that it's at the end of its service life, even though the satellite is 8.5 years old into its 15-year life cycle. Make of that what you will. I'm not going to tell you what the truth is, but you probably figure it out. Jupiter 3 is the big boy, the one that Explore is writing everything on and HughesNet is doing everything that they can with as well. It's the newest. It's about 2.5 years old, capable of 100 megs of download speed. Am I boring everybody here now? So 100 megs of download speed and 10 megs of upload speed. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. Now, we're going to talk about latency. Everybody loves latency, even though nobody really knows what it is. So I'm going to explain it to you here. So every satellite, so Viasat 1, Jupiter 2, and even Jupiter 3, 600 milliseconds of latency. Think you're playing Call of Duty Online? Think again, because you're dead. Viasat 2, however they did it, I don't know, but it's a little bit better. It's 400 milliseconds. Still not great, but the satellites are 35,000 kilometers away. So what do you expect? It has to go there, back, and back again. So somehow with Jupiter 3 being the newest one, it has slower latency than Viasat 2. Get your act together, HughesNet. Build the biggest communication satellite in the history of the world, the size of a friggin' school bus, and you can't get the same latency as Viasat 2 that launched over 8.5 years ago? Come on. I will just discuss the packages that we have here, and it's going to be different everywhere. I'm just going to say what ours are here in central Ontario. We don't install on this. They just killed this one. Jupiter 1 and Jupiter 2 are closed. In this area, Jupiter 3 is closed as well. But the packages, the last time they were open for Jupiter 2 was 25 megs of download speed and a 250 gig data cap, which you could buy your way out of if you went over. And then with Jupiter 3, it's 100 megs download speed, 10 up, 500 gigs of data, and then unlimited at 10 megs after that. Okay. What are these guys? You know what these guys are. Okay. This is your best friend. So this is a Starlink Generation 3. Totally unlimited. Super fast. Latency, 40 milliseconds. You want to play a game? No problem. You want to do anything with this system? No problem. That I've ever seen. I've installed hundreds of them, over 500 of them, and I've never had anybody complain about the service of it. So this is this here as props, of course. This is a Gen 2 router, and this is a Gen 3 router, which goes with this dish. Okay, so right now in central Ontario here, you have only one package available for Starlink. This is going to be different. You have to check your own area. $140 a month for completely unlimited. If you use an insane amount of internet, they will get upset with you and send you an email telling you to knock it off. So it's unlimited to a point. But that number is like a terabyte a month, so it's not low. And I know in areas there's light packages available. And then, of course, there's the Starlink Mini, which you can see our video on that, comparing the standard to the Mini, where I explain a little bit more about that. I'm going to lay down to you what I would tell my customers, because I don't have one specific company that I push, at least until Explorer fired me, because I install. They don't like that. Okay, so I would ask the customer what were they doing, because $140 a month for checking your email and looking in to see what's on sale at the Home Depot, you don't really need a crazy amount of internet. So that's when we would get into some of these other things. I would sell them maybe an $80 internet package on one of those old satellites if they were still open, and that would be fine for them. Now most of them are being either dumped off of Explorer, or they're choosing to switch to Starlink because of a lot of problems around here with the internet. But that's the thing too, don't get rooked into buying an insane fast internet system and spending a fortune on it if you're not going to use it. Now we're going to get into dish comparisons. Since I'm holding this dish, this is a Dish Network dish, which is the same as a Bell ExpressView dish. That's the size of it, okay? So this is a Shaw dish, also a DirecTV dish, okay? So that's the size of it. I'm going somewhere with this. This is a Viasat dish. This is for Viasat 1 and Viasat 2. Obviously, the Intel and all the assembly's not on here, but that's the size of the dish. I don't really mind this dish. It's a bit big, but not too bad. Try to carry this sucker up a ladder. Can you see me? This thing is ridiculous. This is the new HughesNet Jupiter 3 dish. I've had to take this thing up ladders in pieces because it's so freaking heavy and awkward. Viasat 2, 8.5 years ago, launched using this dish. This is the nice new one. And they brag about how the dish is better because it's bigger. Might want to consider whether or not you want that bloody thing on your house. Okay, so you guys, if this is interesting to you and you want to know more about what's going on, first of all, you can leave a question in the comments and I will answer it. We have a video on doing a full Starlink install. We have another one coming out that's more of a general install, which will be out very shortly, okay? So stay tuned for that. Should give you every piece of information you'd ever need to know about this. And if you are in the market for a Starlink and you're in Canada, we're going to put a referral link that will give you a month of free service if you use it. Also, we get one, so that will be mutually beneficial. If you're in a different country, maybe find out if some of your friends have it or whatever, because you get a free month. That's not nothing. That's pretty significant. Okay, so if you like this kind of content, stay tuned and subscribe and like it. Help us grow the channel. Okay, thanks for watching.